Hey friends, we left our hectic life in Kyiv, where we were forced to spend almost every night in shelters and endure all the fear, and moved here. A small Ukrainian village, an old house that hadn't been repaired for years, and only 30 days to turn it into a real home. No crew, no contractors, just us, a dog, a cat, and a dream. Let's see if we survive the first day. Today is a huge day. The first day we're showing you our new life after moving from Kyiv to a little village in the Cherkasy region of Ukraine. This isn't just about changing an address, it's about starting over completely, building something from scratch, and seeing what happens when you swap city life for the countryside. Why did we leave Kyiv? Let's just say, life there became exhausting. We were constantly on edge, always ready to leave at a moment's notice. It's not a way to live. Emotionally, we were at zero, so we decided it's time for a change. Our challenge for ourselves? Transform an old rural house into a real home in just 30 days. Gas, water, and at least a somewhat livable structure. That was all we were looking for. Everything else, we'd fix with our own hands. Finding the house was a journey. We looked at options in 3 different regions and saw a lot of strange things. Some places still had funeral decorations right in the living room, chairs lined up, a candle stuck in salt, and even portraits of the person who had passed away, still hanging next to religious icons. If you've ever house hunted in rural Ukraine, you know exactly what I mean. In many villages here, it's still traditional for the farewell ceremony to happen inside the home. Family, neighbors, and friends gather for several days to say goodbye before the burial. For someone seeing this for the first time, especially if you're from abroad, it can feel very unusual. We knew it would be emotionally hard for us to live in a house where such a farewell had taken place, and during our search, we came across several homes where relatives hadn't removed the ceremonial items, and where the air still carried that heavy, lingering scent that seeps into the walls and never truly leaves. That's why, when we found this little house, free from those memories and that atmosphere, it felt like a relief. This one could truly become ours. Before leaving Kyiv, we picked up our dog. Now the whole family was together again. And just like that, early in the morning, the new chapter began. We arrived at the house, stepped inside, and honestly, my very first thought was, are we out of our minds? The sheer amount of work ahead had felt overwhelming. For a moment, I was scared. What if we couldn't handle it? What if this place wasn't even livable? We weren't even sure we could spend a single night there. But then I caught myself. Nope, panic is not an option. We sat down and made a quick day 1 plan. Get rid of the old fridge, a massive 90s monster. Scrub the bathroom and toilet until they shined. Remove all the junk and trash from the house. And maybe the hardest task, except that this was our home now. While I stayed at the house, my mom drove back to Kyiv to pick up our cat, Kitty, and the rest of our belongings. So it was just me. Well, me and our dog Dora, who ran around inspecting everything, like a little foreman. I started with the bathroom, and let's be honest, it was scary. The tiles were stained from years of neglect, and the plumbing had given up hope long ago. But I'm not someone who gives up easily. I started scrubbing, with Mom on the phone for moral support, and Dora supervising every move. Next was the fridge. I took out all the shelves, cleaned the inside, except the only cleaning supplies I had were Domestos and Sky Floor Cleaner. Yeah, may all the professional homemakers forgive me, but I washed that fridge with Domestos. I just didn't have anything else yet. Supplies would come later. I scrubbed and scrubbed, so focused that I didn't even stop to eat. I told myself, once Kitty comes, everything needs to be spotless. She's a lady, she likes things clean. By around 1 p.m., I realized I was about to pass out. Dora wasn't exactly trained in first aid, so we called it a lunch break. My feast was a banana, couldn't even make instant noodles, no hot water yet, no sandwiches either. Dora had her fancy fish pate. We ate like royalty. After our glamorous banana and pate lunch, it was back to the battlefield, the bathroom. I poured Domestos over everything and let it sit, which basically turned the room into a chlorine sauna. If you ever try this, please wear a mask or at least open a window. By the end of the day, I wasn't feeling great from breathing it in. Then came the toilet. One look at that seat and I knew it had seen way too much in its lifetime. There was no way I was cleaning it. Straight to the trash. I quickly texted my friend, "Buy a toilet seat. Mom's still on the way from Kyiv. Maybe she can grab it." That's when I also remembered we didn't have a broom or dustpan. Yep, those went on the shopping list too. The sink was manageable, but the shower and toilet area? Disaster. I decided to leave that for mom. Instead, I moved on to setting up a small kitty room so our cat would have a safe space when she arrived. I mopped the floor with sky cleaner. And right then, mom pulled up. She brought the rest of our things, which made the house look even more like chaos. We unloaded, took out Kitty, and mom immediately started to panic. I hugged her and said, "We can do this, one step at a time. We just have to have each other's backs." After a quick breather, mom jumped into cleaning the bathroom and toilet while I dealt with unpacking. We hit a few fun moments trying to install the new toilet seat, not on camera unfortunately, because we were too deep in problem-solving mode. YouTube tutorials saved the day. By evening, I hit a wall. Instant noodles to the rescue. We sat at our fold-out table, had some sausage, and then pushed on for a bit more work. Here's what we managed on day 1. The fridge, not perfect, but much cleaner, with our first groceries inside: meat, fish, minced pork. The bathroom still needs more work, but you can actually take a shower in flip-flops now. By the end of the day, mom and I stepped outside, tired but happy. We didn't see noisy neighbors, traffic jams, or dusty city streets. We looked out at a garden that isn't even ours yet, but next year it will be. Tonight we're not sleeping on a bed. We rolled out the mattresses we brought from Kyiv and put them right on the floor. Honestly, it's not a big deal. It's summer now, so it's way warmer than it would be in, say, autumn. It even feels a bit like camping, just inside our own house. We don't really have much to cook with yet either, but tomorrow we'll slowly start unpacking our stuff and setting up our everyday life, step by step. Sometimes it's even kind of exciting to live like this, with the bare minimum, but with the feeling that everything's just beginning. Also, friends, if you'd like to support us financially, you'll find all the details and subscription links in the description. Thank you so much for being here with us. It really means a lot. Here we'll be showing you what life in Ukraine looks like. The living conditions, the prices, the people. Stay with us if this feels interesting to you. This is just the beginning, and there's so much more to come. Make sure you subscribe and follow along. Every comment gives us so much energy. Tomorrow's plan? A trip to town to order a washing machine and a gas stove. And yes, I know, logically we should be buying beds first. But hey, that's not how we roll. Maybe they'll come later. Thanks for watching, friends. I'll leave you with the sounds of the Cherkasy countryside. See you in tomorrow's episode.